Alright, boom, perfect. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is Zach Rowe, LB Certified Fitness. Come back at you with another tier list. Like I said in the last video, looking for passion and things that I'm interested in talking about. I really enjoyed doing the tier list last time. I did that quite a while ago, but that was gym equipment. This time I thought I'd switch it up and do something different and do tier list for fruit. And I think I'm going to go through and do like all the kind of major food groups, vegetables, protein sources, dairy, grains, and those kind of things, and just kind of make a series out of it. But yeah, I'm going to do fruit today. So we can scroll down, see what we got here. There's more fruits on here than I'm familiar with, and I'm not going to be doing all of them. I'm just going to be doing fruits I'm more familiar with and I know that are very good for you. Or, no, sorry, not necessarily good for you, but like, well, fruits are good for you, but not just fruits that I like, but other types of fruit. So, first I want to say, I got my notes over here. I'm gonna get into like some calculations. So this tier list is based upon like fruits that are really good for weight loss and in general healthy. And there's a little bit of a difference between weight loss, which is really just lowest amount of calories possible, and things that are healthy for you, because those are two different things, you know. So I'm gonna the tier list is gonna encompass both of those, but I'm gonna differentiate between which one's which, and that'll determine where it's placed on the tier list. There's gonna be a lot of calculations and whatnot here, like calories, fiber, sugar content, which is not as important, but will be addressed. And then like, you know, fats and stuff. Not a lot of fats. Oh, you know what actually isn't on here is avocados. But I'll just, because you know fats are important with avocados. That's fine. We'll just do a substitution for it and just say it's an avocado. I don't really want to restart this, but whatever. Anyways, I'm talking too much. I very well could have messed up any of these calculations with calories, fiber, this, that, and the other, and volumes of food. You know, I'm not perfect with math and whatnot. I'm pretty decent at math, but I very well could have messed anything up. So if you see something that is not very accurate, leave it down in the comments, let me know, and I'll leave like a card annotation after the fact to correct anything that's wrong. And then with fruits, like I think I mentioned before, all fruits are really healthy for you. Pretty much fruits are going to be better than any type of food for you. Like the only fruit group in general that's going to be better for you is vegetables. Fruits are better than 90% of foods. So there's all the fruits on here aren't like none of these are really bad. There's just some that are better than others. All right, as anything else. And what else? Yeah, and then the last thing before we get into it is fruit. Obviously, the sugar content from it comes from fructose. Fructose is not bad for you. All right. A lot of people, I think it's from the keto kind of movement, where people are starting to shun fruits and stick just the protein and the fats, and fruit has sugar in it, and you can't eat carbs or very little carbs on a ketogenic diet. So people shun fruits, but fruit's good for you. It's really important for satiety because most fruits have fiber in them, and then they're very low calorie dense foods, so they're really important for weight loss. And I also, on top of that, another reason, not just because of the keto kind of movement, but also high fructose corn syrup. People just hear fructose and the high fructose corn syrup and associate that with high fructose corn syrup being in fruit, but it's two different pathways. High fructose corn syrup is in a lot of processed foods where they pump it full up fructose that's high, and then corn syrup. So corn is in a lot of different things. It's basically like filler type of stuff. They put in a lot of stuff, and then syrup, obviously, is just sugar, right? That's another word for sugar. There's like 30 different names for sugar. So you have high fructose, which is a sugar, and then corn syrup, which is another type of sugar. So that's different from just fructose. You get straight from fruit. All right, I just want to lay that down. This is already going way too long explaining all this. We're already like 5 minutes in, but whatever. We're just going to jump right into it. I'm going to try and go based upon my list. I did an alphabetical order on my notes. I'm going to try and do it best as possible that way, as opposed to following down the line here. And like I said, we're not going to do everything, but first one I'm looking for, apple. So apples here. So I try to base everything around a cup and a pound to keep it real simple. So 1 cup of apples is 125 grams. That's important because there's 454 grams in 1 cup. But anyways, we'll get to that in a second. So in 1 cup of apples, you get 65 calories, it's 125 grams, and 3 grams of fiber, which is decent but not amazing. So that's pretty solid. So 1 cup equals 3.6, wait, sorry, what did I say? 1 pound of apples equals 3.6 cups. So in the pounds, you want the highest amount of cups as possible. That's the most volume, because that means you're getting more volume, so you're filling up your stomach more and more satiety, you know, as well as the calorie content and then the fiber content too. But it's 3.6 cups, and those 3.6 cups equals 236 calories. So if you get 1 pound of apples, which is a lot, it's 236 calories. All right. So that's a pretty good fruit. Off the rip, I'm just gonna put it in the slightly above average. So S tier is super high tier, like amazing. A tier is very, very good, but not that elite level. B is slightly above average. C is average, and D is below average. For fruit, these are all based upon other fruits, right? Not other food groups. So I put apples there because it's pretty high volume, 3.6 cups for only 236 calories. All right. All right, very good. On to the next one. Alphabetical order, like I said, avocados. I do not see avocados on here. It is a fruit. It has a pit or a seed. So you know what? I think this is durian. We'll just use the durian as a benchmark because I don't know anything about durian. So it's not on the tier list. So with avocados, it's a unique one because it's very healthy for you. It has 17 grams of unsaturated fat, those healthy fats that you need. It's got 10 grams of fiber, that's a lot. And this is all for a cup. And 3 grams of protein. It's not a lot, but it's not nothing. Alright. So that's 1 cup, 146 grams of food. There's 234 calories for 1 cup. So you're getting pretty much exactly 1 cup of avocados is about the same calories as 3.6 cups of apples, which is pretty wild if you put it into that point of view. So avocados is really important for health, but it's got a lot of fats in it, you know, and a little bit of fats goes a long way. So it's not necessarily a good food for weight loss, but it is a good food for health in general. So keeping that in mind, I'm gonna put in the slightly. Actually, no, I'm gonna put in the above average because those healthy fats. Those are really important. Not a lot of people get enough healthy fats, you know, from your like fish and flax seeds and chia seeds and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna put in the A tier, and I might shift these around as we go, but that's where I'm gonna stick it now. Next, we're gonna move to bananas. There's a couple different kinds of bananas. I don't know. We're just gonna go with the yellow bananas, just regular, what you'd see kind of at the store most of the time. So bananas, 1 cup is 150 grams, and that's equal to 133 calories. Adds 4 grams of fiber, slightly better than the apple. But as you can see, like double for 1 cup is like double the amount of calories. And people often talk about, oh, bananas are really important because they have a lot of potassium. That's true. They have potassium, but there's most fruits have a lot of potassium. If you're eating lots of different kinds of fruits, you're not going to have to worry about potassium. You don't need to eat bananas specifically for the potassium content. If that's the only reason you're eating them, it's kind of silly. But 1 pound of bananas is equal to 3 cups, slightly below your apple, and then it's a total of 403 calories for 1 pound of bananas. So as you can see, you're not getting nearly as much volume, and you're almost double the calorie intake as an apple. So, based upon other fruits, bananas is a lower tier fruit. I don't know if I would quite put it in the D tier. I might change this in the future, but I'm going to put it in the C tier for right now. It's an average fruit. It's got a lot of sugar content. That's why people put it in their smoothies, you know. It's makes things sweet because it's got a lot of sugar in it, or carbohydrates, you know. So yeah, we'll put bananas there. Next we'll move the blackberries. Now I'm not sure what these are here. I'm pretty sure these are the blackberries though. These look very like blackberries, but I'm not 100% sure. 1 cup of blackberries is 144 grams. All right, that equals 62 calories. And this is pretty significant, 8 grams of fiber. This is the highest fiber content for like a standard kind of fruit. Avocados are unique in the fat content, but this is the highest for like a standard kind of fruit. 8 grams is a lot for 1 cup. It's quite a lot. So if you have 1 pound of blackberries, it's 3.2 cups, which is pretty a good amount, and only 195 calories. All right. Which is really good. It's not quite the same amount of volume as apples, but your calorie content is much lower, not much lower, but lower, but your fiber content is a lot higher. So fiber is really important for satiety, muy importante. So we're gonna put blackberries up there, high A tier. We're gonna put it past the avocados. Very good food for weight loss, low calorie dense food. All right. Next, we're going to move to blueberries. What do we got? We got blueberries right here. So 1 cup of blueberries, 144 grams, same as the blackberries, and it is 85 calories, so slightly higher. And then 4 grams of fiber, so half the amount of fiber as your blackberries. So you're gonna 1 pound is the same amount, 3.2 cups, but then you're getting 267 calories. So quite a bit higher, and then half as much fiber. So you can see, you know, a lot of people like kind of associate blackberries and blueberries as the same kind of thing. It's just a small little berry, you know. But as you can see, there's a pretty significant difference in them. So how would they rank to like apples though? 236, 260. Yeah, I'd say it's around. It's not as good as apples, slightly less better than apples, but I'd still put it in the B tier. It's not as bad as a banana. Alright, next, cantaloupe. Do we have cantaloupe on here? I didn't even check. Oh yeah, I think this is cantaloupe, no? No, this is cantaloupe. I think that's honeydew. So cantaloupe here, so 1 cup is 156 grams. 1 cup is 53 calories, which is pretty crazy. And 1.4 grams of fiber, so not a lot of fiber. But the thing with most melons, and we have a few different melons on here, is the water content so high. It retains so much water. So it's not high in fiber content, but it's really filling, and you get a lot of, you know, water's filling, you know. So that's pretty good. 1 pound equals 2.9 cups, so about 3 cups, and it's 154 calories. That's so low. 1 pound is that. I mean, that's insane. That's so much volume of food for 154 calories. So, I mean, I almost want to put this in the S tier. You know what? I think I will for right now. With just how low the calories are, because it's even lower than blackberries, and it doesn't have nearly as much fiber. But like I said, the water content. So it's just like, you know, what do you prefer in your diet? More fiber or more water intake? If you struggle with intaking water, you might want to eat more fruit that contains more water. If you're struggling with your fiber content, so you're not eating like popcorn or whatever, or high fiber foods, you probably want to eat more blackberries. So that's more of a personal preference, you know. But I'm gonna put it in the S tier. Cantaloupe's pretty good. Next, we're gonna move to cherries. 1 cup without the pits is 155 grams, and 1 cup of that is 77 calories, 2.5 grams. So not too significant in the fiber, but you know, it's something. So 1 pound of cherries, which is a lot of cherries, it's almost 3 cups. It's very similar to the cantaloupe in volume, but it's slightly higher in calorie content, 226. So, you know what? Cherries are still pretty good, 226. Compare that back to the apples. It's better than It's a little bit less than the apples, but about the same fiber content. So I'm gonna put it right by the apples, slightly lower than the apples. If the fiber content was a little bit higher, it would maybe get bumped up, but just slightly worse than apples. All right, let me make sure this is still recording. Oh no. Alright, it stopped recording there for a second, but we got it fixed. We're not going to have video camera for a hot second there, but that's okay. What is it? Is it recording? Yeah. Sheesh. I need to get something that won't stop recording. It's very annoying. Okay. So we just did cherries. Next we're going to move to grapes. So grapes, they're unique. I'll get to them in a second. But 1 cup is 92 grams. I think that's one of the lowest that we've gone over so far. 1 cup is 62 calories. 0.8 grams of fiber, so very low fiber content, really basically none. Not a significant amount of fiber. And the unique thing about grapes is the sugar content is relatively high. So, like I said, fructose is not bad for you, right? But it can be a bit of a trigger food if it's high sugar, and you're really craving that. You could have a tendency to overeat on grapes, and that's not necessarily the worst thing to overeat on, as opposed to like just say any type of candy that has a high sugar content. This is a much better thing to binge eat on. But say you're really trying to stay accurate and on it with your diet, this could be a trigger food, you know. So yeah, so 1 pound of grapes is 4.93 cups, almost 5, which is a really high volume of food, and it's 306 calories. So really high volume, and comparative to like the apples, 70 more calories, but you're getting significantly more volume of food in. But then, like I said, you might not want to be eating a ton of volume of grapes because trigger food, like I said. So this was a tough one to rank. Let's see compared to blueberries. 2.260, 3.2. Okay. This one's a tough one. It's definitely better than blueberries just because of the total volume. So I'm going to stick it right here, slightly above average for grapes. And it could be a lot better based on your situation if it's not really a trigger food for you. If you're not like super craving sugar. But anyways, next we'll move to grapefruit. 1 cup is 230 grams. I think that's the highest so far that we've had. It's 97 calories per cup, 3.7 grams of fiber, so like decent. 1.8 grams of protein. So it's not a lot, but not nothing, you know? Especially if you're on a vegan or vegetarian diet, your protein requirements are going to be a little bit more challenging to get. So this might be very significant to you. Someone that eats meat is probably not too concerned with that, 1.8 grams of protein per cup. But, like I said, important for those vegans and vegetarians. So 1 pound is about 2 cups. It's 191 calories. So that's pretty good. That's pretty low. 191. So that's almost kind of compared to like blackberries. But the blackberries have so much more fiber than the grapefruit, so I couldn't say it's in the 8 here then. It's almost there with the fiber intake. So what I'm gonna put it like high. Where's grapefruit? And then also the thing is with grapefruit is kind of gotta consider taste. Grapefruit's kind of bitter, so it's hard to eat a lot of it, which can be a good and a bad thing depending on what you're looking for. But if you really like grapefruit, it's solid. All right, next is honeydew, and that is this one right here, I believe. Yeah, perfect. Okay. 1 cup is 170 grams and 61 calories. Very low. How does that compare to Yeah, so it's very similar to cantaloupe, just a little bit more calories. Not a significant source of fiber. Very similar to the cantaloupe. It's got a lot of water content. 1 pound is 2.6 cups and 162 calories. So let's compare that 162 to the cantaloupe, which is 154. So it's very similar to cantaloupe. It just does not have any type of fiber content. You're mainly getting it from the water. So I'm going to put this in between avocados and blackberries because it high water content but not quite as much fiber and slightly more in calories than cantaloupe. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it there. Okay. Honeydew. Next we'll move to kiwi. 1 cup is 180 grams. 1 cup is equal to 180 calories, 5 grams of fiber, decent. 2.1 grams of protein, again, important for those vegans and vegetarians out there. And it does have a pretty high sugar content, which, similar to the grapes, is not necessarily a bad thing, but it could be a trigger food if you really like kiwis. 1 pound of kiwis is 2.5 cups, and that equals 277 calories. So, 277 calories, how does that compare to grapes? Grapes a little bit higher calorie content, but you can also eat a lot more volume of it. So this is probably significantly worse than grapes. Yeah, because you know you're getting about, you can eat like double the amount of grapes in volume and get well, okay, yeah, you can eat the double as amount as double amount of grapes, but your calorie intake is going to be double. But or sorry, this is the best way to explain. Grapes, 1 pound is five cups pretty much. So kiwi is 2.5 in 1 pound. So you'd have to eat double the amount of grapes to get to the same volume. But then you'd have to double the calorie intake too. So that would put you significantly over. Therefore, it's significantly worse than grapes. And I would probably actually put it in the C tier. Where's the kiwi? I didn't put, oh yeah, it's got 5, but it's got 5 grams fiber. No, it's got to be better than, how much fiber do it? Yeah, see, grapes doesn't actually have any fiber. This is a tough one. I think I'm gonna put it like high C tier for right now. I don't know. We'll just put it there. We'll put it there. Let me double check. Make sure this is good. Let's make sure. Yeah, okay, perfect. We're good. Okay, next is mango. Mango is 1 cup for every 665 grams. It's 99 calories, 2.6 grams of fiber, so not great on the fiber content. It's also another one, a lot of sugar, so it can be a bit of a trigger food. 1 pound is equal to 2.8 cups and 272 calories. So I say it's pretty much, it's very close, kind of the kiwis, but not nearly as much fiber, like half as much fiber. So I'm gonna have to put mango at the, where's mango? This is mango, right? Pretty sure. I'm gonna have to put that in the low C tier. Yeah, I think that's the move there. Alright, next is oranges. 1 cup is 180 grams, 85 calories, 4.3 fiber, it's a little bit on the higher side. 1.7 grams of protein, again, not that important for most, but vegans and vegetarians. Again, a high sugar content food, so it can be a trigger food. I know Martin Licis, world's strongest man, well, former world's strongest man at this point. The other gentleman won recently, but he eats oranges like before and like kind of during his training sessions, so you can get that intra workout sugar and use that as fuel for for working out. So it's got a high sugar content, you know. 1 pound equals 2.5 cups, and it's 214 calories. Okay, so it's definitely better than mangoes, just for the fiber content. I'm gonna put this kind of in the middle range. Why is that one black? That kind of bothers me. Huh. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Let me just. This is gonna be hard to kind of compare exactly. 2.5 fiber. I'd actually say it's slightly better than cherries, just for the fiber content. I'm not gonna try and get too into the minutia and the little differences, but it is better than cherries, I'd say. Let me double check this is still going. It is fantastic. Alright, just making sure we're recording. Peach next. Peach. One cup of peaches is 154 grams, 61 calories, 2.3 grams fiber, so a little bit on the lower end, and 1 pound of it is 2.9 cups, basically 3, and 180 calories. So pretty low on the calorie content. I'm pretty sure this is peaches and this is a nectarine. So I'm gonna put peaches here. Lower on the calorie content than oranges. Slightly worse in the fiber content. You get a little bit more volume. So I'm gonna put this. How does this compare to apples? It's 236. That's 3 grams of fiber. So it's way better actually than apples on the calorie content. Slightly less fiber, just slightly. How much volume do you get? Way more volume. So yeah, you know, I'll put it kind of right here in the middle. It gets challenging when it's like different volumes versus calories and they're very close, and it's just like you know, because it's more of a preference. Do you need more volume, or do you need more water content? Do you need more fiber content? It's more of just kind of what's for you, what you need specifically. So it's kind of challenging to be like, this is more important than that. I'd say it's just generally kind of right there in the middle, like above average fruit. Alright. Orange, peach, peaches right yet. Persimmon. Alright. I've never actually eaten a persimmon, but I was put on the persimmons from Greg Doucette, and yeah, I was shocked to know how bad these are. I believe these are, no, are these persimmons? I don't even actually know if there's persimmons on here. Crap. I think persimmons are actually a little bit bigger than this. But we'll just use these as persimmons. I actually don't think this is a persimmon. I think this is something different. But I'm just going to use this for persimmons. So, sorry. I couldn't find 1 cup 2 grams, unfortunately, for persimmons. But so we'll just take 100 grams of persimmon is equal to 127 calories. Okay. And so 1 pound is equal to 4.54 cups, and that equals 577 calories. So probably one of the highest calorie contents, except for avocados. Yeah, 100%. So that's pretty significant, you know, and there wasn't a significant amount of fiber or protein or anything in a persimmon. So I think this might be the first D. Persimmons are just no bueno. Like, there's just such high calorie, carbohydrate count, and no real like benefits to it. No water content, fiber content, this, that, and the other. I mean, the total volume is pretty high for persimmons that you can eat, 4.5 cups, but so many calories. You know, it's just like for weight loss, it's not beneficial. Oh no. Right, reset that. This is gonna be terrible to edit. That keeps going off, and I don't know why. Alright, next, pineapple. So when I first looked into pineapple, I was like, oh, this one's gonna be just not good. Like, not a lot of fiber, not a lot of this, that, and the other. But anyways, that was my first perception. But 1 cup is 165 grams, 82 calories, 2.3 grams of fiber. It's not amazing, really. And, you know, it does have high sugar content. So just like grapes, just like mango, it can be a trigger food. You know, I know when I eat pineapple, you know, chunk it up, and you could just bang those down, bang those down. So, you know, not a huge deal for most people, but if you are trying to diet really strict, you could kind of go off with the pineapples. 1 pound equals 2 3/4 cups, and is 225 calories. So this one kind of falls right in the middle, probably with close to peaches, oranges, cherries. I don't really feel like figuring out exactly. Like I said, just kind of more of what you're looking for compared to others. And also, you know, something I haven't mentioned yet, but you know, it's important to eat fruits that you like and taste good, you know? So, say like apples, I have slightly higher ranks than like blueberries. Doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, I need to eat apples instead if you don't like apples and you like blueberries. Eat the fruits you want, but just be aware which one's kind of a little bit better than other, and try and eat more of ones that are higher. Maybe you haven't even had some of these before. Maybe you have never had cantaloupe before in your life, and you didn't know, oh, I didn't realize this is so low calorie dense, and I should eat these more. And you try it and you like it, and then, you know, it becomes one of your new favorite fruits, and it's really healthy. All right, we got pineapple in there. Pomegranate. So again, this is one I couldn't find a cup. All the different things relating to that. So I just did it in grams. 100 grams is 83 calories. 4 grams fiber, pretty decent. And 1.7 grams of protein. Again, important for the vegans and vegetarians out there. So 1 pound of pomegranates is 4.5 cups, and equals 378 calories. So that's a little bit higher. I would put this on the lower range of where the pomegranates at. I'd probably put this on the lower range of B tier. A little bit higher. It's like almost 400 calories per pound. This has the juice on here. Make sure you don't drink the juice. You're losing all the fiber. That's for all these in here. You always want to eat whole fruits. You never want to really juice them and get all the liquid out, because then you're just drinking all of the sugar and whatnot and not really getting any of the fiber contents. So yeah, you know, that's just a side note there. But like, what is pomegranate let's compare to like blueberries. So 4 grams of fiber, 260. 4 grams of fiber, but has significantly more calories. You know what? I'm actually going to put this high C tier. It's so much higher calorie content than blueberries. It's hard to really justify putting just below blueberries in the B tier. I say it's a significant step lower. Alright, next, raspberries. 1 cup is 123 grams, 65 calories, 8 grams of fiber, very good, just like the blackberries. And then 1 pound of raspberries is 3.7 cups and 240 calories. Let's compare this to blackberries. That's 3.2 cups and 195 calories. So you have a little bit more volume, 3.7, but then a little bit higher calorie content, but the same amount of fiber, really. So I put raspberries pretty high up there. I put it very close to, I'd say it's a little bit worse than blackberries, but it's still up there. It's still good. A little bit higher calories, but still 240 is pretty decent. Yeah, I'm gonna put raspberries right there. Alright, we're getting down to the end here. We got 3 more. I'm gonna try and get this done within the next 5 minutes. Let me double check this recording. Yep, perfect. Alright, we got raspberries. Next is starfruit. I've never actually eaten starfruit, but it was on here. It's a unique one. I'm considering getting it because this is well, I'll go over first. Okay, so 1 cup is 108 grams. Okay, and 1 cup is 33 calories. That's insane. 1 cup is 33 calories. That's so low. And then 3 grams of fiber. You know, decent. So 1 pound is equal to 4.2 cups. A lot of volume. and it's 139 calories. That's insane. That's very good. That's really good. To eat a pound of star fruit and you only gain 139 calories. This is a very good food to eat, to diet on. So if you like star fruit, you're in luck. If you never had star fruit, I'm gonna get some and eat it. Um, how does this compare to like cantaloupe? So it's 4.2 with 139. Yeah, so it's lower calorie than cantaloupe, higher volume, and more fiber. So starfruit's super S tier. It's probably the best one so far, no doubt. Because cantaloupe is amazing, but starfruit's better in every single way, basically. Higher volume, less calories, more fiber. That's amazing. Fantastic. Alright. Next is strawberries. Big fan of strawberries. 1 cup is 144 grams, 47 calories. Again, extremely low. 3 grams of fiber, just like the starfruit. So 1 pound is 3.2 cups. So 1 cup less than starfruit, but then 148 calories. Alright? So that's still very good, but not nearly as good because you have 9 more calories, but then you're eating 1 less cup, so significantly less volume. But still, strawberries are very, very good, really, really good. And I'd put 148. Where's cantaloupe at again? 148. I'd still put it over cantaloupe because it's got a higher fiber content, 2.9, and higher volume. So starfruit and strawberries, super good, high tier fruit, even better than cantaloupe. Yeah. And then watermelon, last one here. 1 cup is 152 grams, 46 calories, even lower than the strawberries, once again, per cup, 1.6 grams of fiber. So it's just like the other melons, not a very high fiber content, but a lot of water. It's in the name, right? Watermelon. And 1 pound of watermelon is 2.9 cups and 137 calories. So I think cantaloupe is actually the same volume. Yeah, but it's 154 calories. And watermelon's 137. How many grams? 1.6 versus cantaloupe 1.4. So double the fiber content, but then a little bit less on the calorie content. Not too significant. So it's almost kind of a toss-up between each of them. It's tough to say. They're so similar. I'm just gonna put watermelon below. Both are so good. I don't know. It's tough to say, but neither are as good as strawberries and starfruit, in my personal opinion. Yeah, boom. So as you see, there's some other stuff down here. I don't know what these are. I think these are dates. Don't eat dates. Lemon, you're not going to want to eat large amounts of lemon. Pitaya is probably really high sugar. That's probably like low B tier, maybe high C tier apple. I think these are plantains. I don't know the difference between plantains and bananas. Apples, pears, I couldn't really find that much information on them, unfortunately. All these other things I don't really know. Figs, very high in sugar contents. Could be a sugar food. Similar to pitaya, probably high C tier. Coconut, who eats coconut like that? I don't know. These other things, I couldn't really tell you what they are. I think I got the major ones here. I'm a big fan of this tier list. Once again, I want to reiterate, eating any of these on here is good for you. There's just some that are better than others, and it's good to know why. Like I said, water contents, fiber contents, protein for you vegans and vegetarians, calorie contents for the people out there trying to diet. Really stick to those S tiers. Those S tiers are amazing. If you're feeling starving at the end of the day, you want to increase your satiety, so eating things that are a little bit higher in fiber, such as blackberries, raspberries, apple, the avocado, which the durian is replacing. Those kind of things. Alright, this was 40 minutes. I did not get it done as soon as I wanted to, but that's alright. Let me know what you guys think about this tier list. If I'm like I said, got any my numbers wrong on my calculations. If you guys think other fruits should go, this is B tier. It's just kind of jumbled in there. I didn't want to get into the minutia, all those differences. But if you have big different tier lists, let me know. Don't do it just by what you like. Do it by the contents of the fruit. Like, for example, I love bananas. I would probably put that like S tier, maybe A tier. But it's just they're not as good as all the other things. It just is what it is. And kiwis, I don't like kiwis. I'd probably put in the D tier, for example. But anyways, that's it. This is LB Certified Fitness, Zach Rowe. If you guys like this, I'm gonna be doing more tier lists on different food contents and whatnot. And yeah, peace.